Good morning, back with our classes on metals and non-metals. I am going very slow with you all, but I know still people find it difficult to cope up. Please do not pile up your videos and see. At least see it every day or see it on an alternate day with a pencil or a pen and a notebook. I have seen the entire logic of online classes. I will solve the question and you sit like this and do nothing. Please write along, please solve, pause the video and look into it. Okay? Now back to what we were studying. We studied physical properties of metals and non-metals. After that we studied reaction of metal with oxygen. We said most of the metals, when they react with oxygen, they form what? Metal oxides. These metal oxides are what in nature? Basic in nature, and they turn red litmus blue. There are some metal oxides which will always behave both as an acid as well as base. Such oxides are called as amphoteric oxides. These amphoteric oxides are Al2O3 and ZnO. You have to write their amphoteric nature. Two equations: aluminium oxide with HCl, aluminium oxide with NaOH. ZnO plus HCl, ZnO plus NaOH. Okay. After that we studied that most of the metal oxides are insoluble in nature, but few metal oxides are soluble, and these are called as what? These are called as alkali. Then we said some metals do not react with oxygen at all. What are the two metals? Gold and silver. Metal does not burn but gets a black coating of its oxide, copper. Metal does not burn as a whole, but its pieces easily burn, iron. There are few metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc and lead who get a coating of their oxide and does not further get corroded. Metals like sodium and potassium react vigorously with oxygen and hence are always kept under kerosene to prevent them from catching fire. Clear? Then we studied what is anodizing. Anodizing is applying a thick layer of aluminium oxide on an aluminium article. The aluminium article is made the anode and sulfuric acid is made the electrolyte. On passing electric current, oxygen is liberated at anode, which reacts with the aluminium article and forms a thick layer of aluminium oxide. This thick layer of aluminium oxide can be dyed and colored to make it look beautiful. Now we have to study what happens when metals react with water. When metals react with water. Okay, in your textbook it is given that when metal reacts with water, it forms first metal oxide. This metal oxide further reacts with water to form metal hydroxide. This is our logic. What did we say? First molecule of water here. When metal reacts with water, it forms what? Metal oxide. This metal oxide, when it further reacts with water, how many molecules? 2 molecules of water. So I can write the same thing as metal reacts with 2 molecules of water to form metal hydroxide. I can write metal reacts with water to form 2 molecules of water to form metal hydroxide and liberates what gas? Hydrogen gas. How can you test this hydrogen gas? By bringing a burning splinter near the mouth of the test tube. It goes off with a pop sound. further reacts with water to form metal hydroxide. I am using how many molecules of water? 2 molecules of water. So I can directly sum up my equation as 2m plus 2H2O gives m, or rather I'll balance it later, MOH twice plus H2. So first let us understand simple logic with sodium. Okay, Na plus H2O. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಈ H2O ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 2HOH ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, or HOH. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಈ Na and OH ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. This H, can it stay as H? It wants what? H2. So I will make this as 2. The moment I make this as 2, this also has to be made as 2. So I get what? 2NaOH plus H2 plus energy. Which energy? Heat energy. The reaction of sodium with water is so violent that it catches fire. So it is kept under kerosene. Same way, 2K plus 2H2O gives 2KOH plus H2 plus energy. Energy in the form of what? Heat. The reaction of both sodium and potassium is so violent that it catches fire. The heat released is so much that it catches fire. So these two metals are always kept under kerosene. Now we will talk about reaction of calcium with water. Reaction of calcium with water. When I react calcium with water, it forms what? Calcium hydroxide plus H2 plus energy. Okay, now look into your notebooks. It says the reaction of calcium with water is less violent. The heat evolved is not sufficient for hydrogen to catch fire. So what we will do, because we say heat evolved is not sufficient, we will remove this part of energy from the equation. But now what is the problem here is, when this reaction happens, calcium starts floating on the surface of water. Why does calcium float on the surface of water? This is because the hydrogen gas that is liberated sticks onto the calcium metal, and as hydrogen is lighter, calcium becomes lighter and then floats on the surface of water. See the next line. Calcium starts floating because the bubbles of hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of the metal. Artha aita? Please write first question. Explain the reaction of sodium and potassium with water. So you will write what? Sodium and potassium react with water to form sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, hydrogen gas and heat energy. The heat energy released is so much that the hydrogen which is produced catches fire, and hence to prevent accidental fires they are kept under what? Kerosene. Clear? Second, please write, why does calcium float in the surface of water? Why does calcium float on the surface of water? When calcium reacts with water, it forms calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas sticks onto the surface of the metal, makes the metal lighter and hence floats. Calcium reacts with cold water. What does magnesium do? Magnesium reacts with hot water and forms magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Magnesium also floats on the surface of water because the hydrogen released sticks onto the surface of the metal and hence floats. Fine. So sodium and potassium react with droplets of water or moisture present. Calcium reacts with cold water. Magnesium reacts with hot water. And elements like aluminium, iron and zinc, they do not react with cold or hot water, but they react with steam. And when they react with steam, they do not form hydroxide, they form what? Oxides. Gotaita? And lastly, metals such as lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water at all. Gotaito? So third question. Name two metals which float on water. Name two metals which float on water. What are the two metals? Calcium and magnesium. Name three metals which do not react with water at all. Name three metals which do not react with water at all. What are the metals? Lead, copper, silver, gold. Next Parivi. Explain the reaction of aluminium and iron with water. Explain the reaction of aluminium and iron with water. What will you write? Aluminium, iron and zinc, they do not react with cold water or hot water, but they react with steam to form oxides. Okay, so what we learned? Sodium and potassium react vigorously. Calcium reacts with cold water. Magnesium reacts with hot water. Aluminium, iron and zinc neither react with cold water nor hot water, but they react with steam. Metals like gold, silver, lead and copper do not react with water at all. So reaction with water clear. Sodium, potassium vigorously. Calcium in cold water. Magnesium in hot water. Aluminium, zinc and iron with steam, but they form metal oxide. Others form metal hydroxide. Elements like gold, silver, lead and copper do not react with water at all. Okay. Now tomorrow's class we will do what happens when metals react with acids.